What is simple interest? Understanding key financial terminology. Simple interest is interest calculated solely on the principal amount of money that is borrowed, such as a loan or deposit, and with no interest being charged on previously accrued interest. So unlike compound interest, where the interest is calculated on both the principal amount of money and on the interest payable or earned on that principal amount, simple interest focuses entirely on the principal. To demonstrate how simple interest operates, let's assume one has loaned or deposited $10,000 for a period of 3 years at an annual simple interest rate of 5%. In year one, the initial principal of $10,000 generates interest of $500, such that by year's end, the borrower now owes $10,500. In year two, as the principal amount remains $10,000, even though the financial obligation now stands at $10,500, the annual interest remains $500, such that the obligation of the borrower by year's end becomes $11,000. In year three, still the principal amount remains $10,000, even though the financial obligation now stands at $11,000. The annual interest remains $500, such that the obligation of the borrower by year's end becomes $11,500. To calculate the final outcome using simple interest, where the borrower does not pay down or increase the initial borrowing amount during the term, one can use the formula A equals P times bracket 1 plus R times T close bracket, where A is the final amount, P is the initial principal, the amount borrowed, R is the annual interest rate as a decimal, and T is the number of years. To exemplify how this formula is used, we can use the following example. The initial principal, the amount borrowed, is $20,000. The annual interest rate as a decimal is 0.06, being 6%. The number of years is 5. The simple interest formula would thus be A equals $20,000 times, open bracket, 1 plus 0.06 times 5, close bracket, with the resulting principal and interest due at the end of 5-year term being $26,000 and representing simple interest of $6,000 over the borrowing term. Thank you.